my life on the X list.
Oh, hell no. Do you know who I am?
Hey there, what's up YouTube? It's me, the Diva X, and it is August 2nd, 2012. I'm already off to a bad start. I've already missed a video. I know I did say I wasn't going to be here every week, but I always still feel bad when I don't do a video. But anyways, I'm here now, so that's what matters, and we are going to move on and move forth. So last week I took a little trip down to the Southern California area and spent more time on a freeway than, doing anything else. I've always told myself I would never move to LA because of the LA traffic and because I hate being in traffic. But the rental car that I had was pretty much my office on wheels, and like everything that that you could synced. So I didn't even have to take stuff out of my bag. It was all Bluetooth, and so I just put my bags in the trunk and it automatically synced with my iPad. Well, I had it first synced with my iPod, but anyways, I'm not gonna get into the specifics because I feel like I'm gonna bore you with those details, but I really could if I really wanted to. But anyways, so yeah, if you guys rent cars, and here's the thing about renting cars, because people think well, if you have your own car, why don't you just drive your own car? Because I own my car. I do have full insurance. However, I don't want to have to deal with not having my car for an extended period of time while people discuss whose fault or deciphering this or that and the next thing. I just don't have the time for it. So when you can get a rental car for relatively inexpensive, and I'm not a big fan of the normal mid-sized car, I really are the standard car because or I never was before, but now all the cars that they do have, and I've rented through Enterprise or why am I talking about rental cars? I don't know, but anyways, they're really nice cars. They have all the sync features, and I don't think it's called sync on all the cars. Actually, I've never rented a Ford. I think sync's called Ford, but when I say sync, I mean not the service, but the actual syncing of the phone / iPads, iPods, Bluetooth connections, iPhones, whatever. So anyway, so I'm kind of in love with that feature of those cars. My car does not do that. My car does have the built-in iPod connection, but it doesn't have the sync features because my car is, I guess, older now. So now I have to upgrade my system and or buy a new car, and that's reason enough for me to buy a new car because, I'm all about the technology, for those of you who know me. But now it's I want to get a new computer, I want to get a new laptop, I want to get a new this, I want to get that. Then I found out, and I don't know if you guys know this, those of you who own iPads, apparently the first generation iPads are no longer going to be upgradable. So you're not, the new iOS and the new features that the new iOS 6 is going to be having is not going to be able to be put on the original iPad, which, that's just how they get you. I've been an Apple user for a very long time, and they have to phase you out some way or another to make you spend more money. And so if you are one of those people who have an original, the suggestion is, and I'm just going to share this along because this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to buy a new one eventually. I just haven't really set a date yet. I usually do it after tax return because then I know I have a chunk of money, and hopefully the actual 3, the quote-unquote new iPad, I don't want to get this new iPad. I want to get a 3. It needs to have a new number, it needs to have some new features, and it needs to be better than just this 3, or the iPhone 4S. Give me a new phone. Give me something that's worth putting my money into. That's how I feel about it. So if they do have the iPad 3, which I imagine will come out next year sometime, 2013, Apple iPad 3, it kind of coincides, so on and so forth. So it kind of works out in their favor, but I don't know for sure. But anyways, what you're supposed to do is basically, what you're supposed to do is get all the current apps that work on your iPad and save them somewhere. Get the actual, I think it's ICPS file, I think that's what it's called. I'm not too sure. But I think if you look at the actual file and save them somewhere, so that way that current version you'll always have. Because what's going to happen is once they start upgrading the iOS 6, the developers are going to basically phase out that version that you have, and it will no longer work on your iPad. So if you have an app that you enjoy, that you love, and that's not to say if it works with like a server, like the server might reject it based on its coding later, but for right now, that's what they're suggesting that you do. Or just turn it into like an e-reader, or give it to someone or sell it to someone who doesn't, really care about its new features or being able to do the new cool stuff. That's what you're supposed to do. What's new with me? A lot of stuff is going on. A lot of stuff that I am not at liberty to talk about, but just know that my brain has been spinning out of control for the past couple of days. Mostly personal family stuff, and some losses. And it's just crazy how the world changes overnight, and how things change in those regards, and the people that it affects, and how it affects you, with them affecting people. And I'm just like, sometimes it's just overwhelming, and it's a lot to deal with. Just trying to be there for people, and trying not to be not stubborn, but be insensitive, let's put it that way. It's really hard, and for me especially, because I'm one of those people that's rather outspoken and like to say how I feel and feel how I say, but when it's at a time as such, you can't really just do that, and so that's kind of it's just that, and some other few things that I've been dealing with on other friendships and relationships in my life, and I'm just emotionally exhausted. Like I think it was Tuesday, I just came home and went to sleep. I didn't even care. I didn't even want to do anything else. I just wanted to plop on my couch, and that's literally what I did. Popped on my couch, put on, I think, Big Brother or something like that, and went to sleep. So yeah, that's it, really. Just dealing with that bunch of fun buckets of joy that I've been dealing with, and doing the thing. So yeah, something have changed since the last segments, or in the past year. I've been taking days off from the show, and I know people bitch and complain about it because they're where were you? I needed a day off. And I will say it again, Thursdays, I look forward to Thursdays. I look forward to being on stage. I look forward to, making people's days or nights a little bit brighter by, the gift of gab, and just having a good time with folks. And I would not change that. However, you just sometimes need to not be obligated to be someplace at all, every week for, and sometimes you just need to get up and go and say, you know what? Let it go for at least the day, for this week, and don't think I don't care. I worry. I like, oh my god, I hope everything's going well. I check in, I text, I do all that. And really, when I do my little disappearing acts, I do set everything up. I do handle the business side of it, and then the person, at this point, Miss Draggedy Vane just comes in and hosts, does what she does, and then it calls it a day. So it's not like, oh, just giving up and handing it off to someone else. I still do all the footwork and everything that goes into it. I just the on stage portion I don't, but I don't dislike it. I'm not getting tired of it. Sometimes you just need to not be someplace. Like, some days you just feel not going to work. That was how I was feeling. And it was really, I just didn't feel like doing anything, really. And so I was just like, I'm going to go on a road trip, right? And I did. Like I said, I was literally on a road trip. I was on the flippin' freeway, the 415, I think it was, from Compton to Santa Ana area, the 415, I think it is, and then on the way back, the I-5. And let me tell you, next time I mean, I don't know. Anyways, so it's just bad. So those of you who've been asking about my performances here on YouTube, I guess you may have not, you guys, those of you who don't follow me on Facebook, I post a lot of stuff on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, add me on Facebook, facebook.com/TheDivaX, TheDivaX. And for those of you who don't follow the other channel that I run, well, it's the show channel. So youtube.com/Exotica Show, XOTICASHOW. And there's been new performances that I've been doing on there. There's not all of them because it's just a matter, it's process and again time and effort. But soon there'll be more. And so if you are ever in need of some Diva X performance, you can log on to that page right here on YouTube, and you can check it out. And that's that. So it's 11:29. Do you know what time that means? It's time to get to the show because the show starts in 30 minutes and I got to get going. So thank you guys for watching. Sorry I missed last week, but my intentions are well, and I feel much better that I wasn't here last week. So trust me, you weren't missing anything as far as what I had to say. And because, you know, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. So yes, that's that. Thank you guys for watching, and good night.